Hello everybody! For those who don't know, I participated in the GMTK Game Jam 2021. Now, the GMTK Game Jam is an annual game jam hosted every year by game dev journalist and YouTuber Mark Brown, aka Game Maker's Toolkit. If you haven't seen the channel, then go check it out. Link is in the description below. Every year, Mark comes up with an innovative theme. People make a game in 48 hours to fit that theme. They help make itch history by making the jam the biggest on itch.io and also crash itch's servers. I live in the eastern USA, so the theme was announced for me at 2 p.m. It was
Joined Together.
Now, I had no idea of what I should make, so I asked my parents. My mom suggested a puzzle platformer, while my dad suggested a game where two characters are joined together by a rope. If they go too far from each other, they die. Now, the idea of having two characters connected by a rope has been explored again and again. But what these games did not have that I want my game to have is that the rope isn't just a minor character. In those games, the rope is either a symbol or like the character in some way. So I thought of a game where two hearts are connected by a rope. Both the rope and the hearts have their advantages and disadvantages. So the hearts need to work together with the rope to use both of their skills to solve levels. Now that I have an idea, it's time to make a new Unity project. The first thing I did was make a square, and the square will be our temporary graphics. Then I tweaked the input manager for local multiplayer and made a script that has the basic movement and jumping we need for our characters. Oh, did I mention I try to make a good rope for the characters? Well, I'm usually very good at ropes, but it turned bad. So the problem was the rope's position. So I tweaked it a bit, and now it works. Now, I used the line renderer component to make the rope set, but line renderers don't have any colliders meant for them, so I have to make my own collider. This is very simple to do. We make a list of vector 2's, we then make a for loop that will run as long as I does not reach the length of the line's point count. Inside the loop, we add the points of that line to the list. After the loop is done, we get the line's edge collider and make the points of the edge collider equal to the points of the list we made. And after that, we remove the points from that list with the .clear function. And the line now has a collider. Now, it's a lovely day to move. Nothing could... So, I added enemies. I wanted there to be 3 types of enemies. A scissor enemy that will move left and right, a standalone enemy, which will do nothing, and a ball enemy, which will just bounce, like a pong ball. The standalone enemy is the one shown on the screen here. Right now, it's a red square. It just has an enemy script. The mover should move left and right. Now, it doesn't work. But luckily, I've made a mover for my game, The Cavern of Madness. And I put the source code up on GitHub. So roses are red, violets are blue, I own you. And there we go, we have a mover. For the ball, I just made it reflect based on the normal it hits with vector3.reflect. And there we go, we have a ball. I think we need some power-ups. I then used SFXR, which is a free sound effects program for making sounds. I forgot to tell you, if you move from each other for a few seconds, then you die. I also made the power-ups move in a sine wave. The final thing I did for the day was hop into Ace Bright and make heart characters. I used the NES color palette because who doesn't love Mario? And the other NES games, of course. And after doing some more programming, we now have the heart characters. Now, it's getting very late, so I'm going to go to bed. It's day 2. The first thing I did was make art for literally everything else in the game. And here's how it looks. I then made a game manager, which will be responsible for stuff like resetting the level, handling dying, and level progression, as well as scene transition. Time for the enemy showcase. We have a lot of stuff that I want to add, so let's get to it. Gray Cloud. Players can walk on it, but if the rope touches it, it falls. Key. If the rope touches the key, then a door will be unlocked. Flag. If both hearts are near the flag, then you win the level. Countdown system. If you're too far from each other, a timer will appear. If it hits the 0, you dead. Item slot. It shows what item you've collected. That's just the title screen I'm working on. Next! Oh! If you picked up an item you didn't want, never fear, the respawn system is here. Ball breaker level. My dad suggested this one. If you break all the blocks, then the flag will appear. After making some more levels, I went to sleep. It's submission day. The first thing I did was do some polishing. And by polishing, I mean using Unity's particle system, a great system for making particles. Then, I made some more levels. And now, all we need is sound and a tutorial. I also changed the name of the game from Tethered Love to Heartstrings. It's a very punny name. For the tutorial, my mom sent me a Word doc, and I put the tutorial text from the Word doc in the game. As for the music, my mom stumbled upon this website called Epidemic Sound, and found this music called A Heart Made of Pixels. Here is a listen. After that, we did some more playtesting, and then I submitted the game to the jam just before the servers crashed. But wait, there's more. I still had to make an icon, make better builds, make a web build, make promotional art, etc, etc. And then, when uploading some of the promotional art, the servers crashed. Now, this happens every year. The reason why is because so many games are uploading at once that itch can't handle it. But the Game Maker's Toolkit Jam has expanded the time so more people can actually upload builds, which is pretty neat. Now, my images took a while to upload, and even after the servers were fixed, they didn't load well. Now, I had a lot of fun participating in the GMTK Game Jam 2021, and I had even more fun making my game Heartstrings. I hope you enjoyed the devlog. Now, I did get a few negative comments, but they weren't too negative. They just wanted me to change the jump as well as use a complex movement system. Both are very easy to do. And I also like how a lot of people don't even have negative feedback. And almost all the feedback, if not all of it, that is negative is actually subjective, which never happened to me before. So I think this game turned out well. And if this devlog turned out well, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also ring that bell and comment and do whatever the other YouTubers tell you. So thanks for watching. Bye!